Hey everybody, welcome to Local Business Hacks Podcast. I'm your host, Carl Case, and I'm on a mission to help you. Every week, we're going to be talking to local business owners and experts to get their best tips, tricks, and hacks to grow your business. This show is designed to teach you, inspire you, and motivate you to take massive action and start to build your future-proof business. Whether you're just starting off or you're taking your existing business to the next level, this episode is for you. So let's get started. Good morning, listeners. Carl Case, Head of Business Development at Referrizer, joined today by a super special guest, Terri Harof, Director of Franchise Development for Workout Anytime. Terri, welcome to the podcast. Tell the world who you are.
Thank you. Thrilled to be here, Carl. Thanks so much for having me.
Terri, thank you. Do you mind telling everybody, who you are, what you do, and how you got to this awesome position in Workout Anytime?
I would love to. So my name's Terri Harof. I am the Director of Franchise Development for Workout Anytime. I'm also the Chief Brand Believer. I have known one of the founders, John Q, since I was in college, actually. And that's how I got into the fitness business. I was working as a waitress for summer, and John Q, who's one of our founders' dad, came into the restaurant that I was working at. And of course, we developed a rapport. And he was like, have you ever thought about getting into the fitness business? I think you'd be really great. And my son is opening a gym right across the street, American Fitness Center. And so I thought, free membership, cute guys, sign me up. So I got a job just working in the summers at American Fitness Center, and I loved it. I didn't know I was going to love it, but I've always been into health and fitness, was an athlete, of course, in high school, and have worked out my whole life. And so I started doing that. And after college, actually started working for them full time in management. Then I was actually the area developer in charge of Georgia, but also helping with clubs throughout the Southeast. So I had a real passion for it. After doing it for several years, though, I decided I wanted to use my degree, which was I got my degree from Georgia State, GSU, go Panthers. Got a business degree with an emphasis in PR and marketing. And so I got into that and eventually ended up starting my own agency and ended up working with Workout Anytime. John Q and Steve Strickland back in 1999 came up with the idea of offering 24-hour fitness at a value. And so they opened their first club in Douglasville, Georgia in 1999. They continued opening their own clubs. And in 2005, after many people had talked to them about wanting to own a Workout Anytime, they got into franchising. And during that time, my ad agency helped them with their marketing, building their website, helping them with all their consumer marketing, and then helping them get ready to begin franchising. But I had never thought about personally getting into franchising. Long story longer, I ended up forming a hospitality management company with one of my clients through our ad agency. And we worked with many types of restaurants, event facilities, athletic clubs and spas, hotels, managing their properties. And we kept getting bigger and bigger. And we got to a point where I was tapped in terms of time. And I sold my partnership to my partners and was going to take off the summer. And then a very good friend of mine called me and said, "Hey, I heard you're making a change. I'd love to talk to you about getting into franchising." So that's how I got into franchising. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And I started selling restaurant franchises for Shoney's Restaurants, Best American Hospitality. I did that for several years. But in life, we all know we have our aha moments. And my aha moment many years into selling restaurant franchises is, boy, this is a tough business, restaurants. I could never own one because I just see how hard my franchisees work. And I was then offered the opportunity to work with Workout Anytime, helping them sell franchises. And for me, it was a no-brainer because I've always been super, super passionate about health and fitness. Matter of fact, I started teaching group fitness classes back in college, and I'm still teaching classes to this day. So this has been the gym space, the health and fitness space is something that not only do I believe in, I love, and I'm passionate about. And I'm a big believer in that saying, find something you love and you'll never work a day in your life. And I feel so blessed to be working with such a great company and to be working with such a great support team at our office and to be working with so many incredible franchisees. And interestingly enough, I think one of the things I love about this business is it's a business that literally everybody needs. And because we're in the high value, low cost gym space, it's a business that most everybody can afford.
Yep.
Being a gym, not everybody can afford a franchise, but being a member at our gym, most everybody can afford. So COVID, actually, we did very, very well through COVID. And I'll share with you some numbers. But one of the things that I feel like there's always a silver lining to everything. Out of bad things, good things happen.
Sure.
One of the good things that happened with COVID is I think people know now more so than ever the importance of health and wellness and taking personal responsibility for their health and wellness. And so we are just about to hit our 300,000 number in members. And that's a huge milestone for us. We're about a month out, we'll hit that number. And we're just seeing a huge lift in our membership base across the board. And I think it's because, number one, our clubs are not those big mecca gyms. They're about 8 to 10,000 square feet, some a little bit bigger, some a little bit smaller, but that's our sweet spot. And people feel comfortable in that space because you don't have thousands of members, running
Sure.
around at the same time. They also love the convenience, the fact that we're open 24/7, 365. I mean, if you don't want to work out with many people, go at 5 a.m. You'll have almost the gym to yourself. So this model really, it's been a great model for our members and for our franchisees too. The thing that I've seen is, especially, and I think with COVID, there's people who've been in different businesses, for many, many years. And COVID, I think, was an eye opener for a lot of people. And I've seen several people make the change from doing what they've been doing for their primary career and segueing into doing something that they're really passionate about, that they love, being the gym space. And for me, being able to help people follow their dreams, I mean, it's the best.
I love that. Thank you, Terri, for that little journey into your life. And
yeah, thank you.
Congratulations to you, and congratulations to Workout Anytime for having you as part of the team.
Thank you.
For those of us listening that have never heard of Workout Anytime, where are you guys based? What's the best way to get in and experience the culture and environment?
Thank you. So we are based in Alpharetta, Georgia. We started here in Georgia, like I mentioned, 22 years ago. Our corporate office is here. We actually call it the Franchise Support Center because that's what we do there. And in getting into franchising, we've definitely grown organically. So we sold our first franchises here in Georgia. Then our first franchise outside of Georgia was in Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, South Carolina. We're now in Portland, from Portland, Maine, all the way up to Portland, Oregon. And back in 2020, we actually sold our first international franchises, even with COVID and everything going on, which was pretty amazing. So now we're also in Central America. We've got locations in Honduras and Costa Rica. And best way to experience Workout Anytime, to find out information about Workout Anytime, number one, go to workoutanytime.com, click on Own a Gym, and that'll take you to the franchise site. And when, while people are looking at the opportunity of becoming a franchisee, part of the journey is coming to our office and doing a discovery day. Matter of fact, I had one last Friday. Really cool gentleman. He has wanted to own a gym for many, 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 many years. He's actually from Albania originally, moved here in high school, did not speak one lick of English, had to learn the language, learn the culture, start from, ground zero and work his way up, and has worked hard as he and his wife both have. And they looked into opening a gym many, many years ago. And finally, they're at the point where they qualify financially. And he just signed a franchise agreement to open 3 clubs with us here in Georgia. So he's going to be opening in the Dalton, Blairville, Somerville area in Georgia. We're really excited for him. And so excited for he and his wife, because we're helping them with a dream that they've had for so many years.
That's awesome. Congrats to the new franchisee. Welcome to the Workout Anytime fam.
It makes my heart sing because he is so excited. And of course he's nervous. He's never owned his own business before. But that's, as I told him, and as I tell people, that I talk to, you want to join a franchise for that exact reason. We've got the processes, we've got the procedures. Most importantly, we have the playbook. And if you will follow the playbook, you can do really, really well in this business, because I'm not going to say it's an easy business, but it's a simple business model. You only have 3 to 4 employees. Say your quote unquote opener for the gym can't get there because they have a flat tire. Well, it's business as usual, because your members have got their own key card to get in, which is good. You don't have any inventory. You don't have to worry, like in the restaurant space, you don't have to worry about steaks walking out your back door. So it's a simple business model. It's keeping your club clean and not just clean, but clean and sanitized, keeping your equipment well maintained, and hiring friendly, service-oriented people. And if you can do that and turn your gym into kind of the Cheers of the gym space, you can do very, very, very well in this business. And a testament to our business model, 60% of our franchisees own multiple locations. So that's a lot.
I love that. Yeah, for sure. Especially as we look at the churn inside of it, I can imagine if you pulled data from Workout Anytime's membership basis in comparison to the other big box gyms or even boutique fitness brands that we work with, because of that service and at the cost, I can imagine you guys are keeping members way longer, which is everyone's goal.
Well, the cool thing about our business is you've got that recurring revenue. So, you've got X amount of dollars coming in every single solitary month, which is exciting. It's not like in the other spaces, you've got to hope somebody's going to wake up and want a burger today or whatever. And then the other thing that's really exciting is personal training. That is a whole nother business within the business. And we have a whole training program and a whole training team. And all they concentrate on is teaching our franchisees and their team members how to not just have personal training, but have profitable personal training. And that's what we call the class PPT. We've put a big, huge emphasis on this actually right around the COVID time, which was probably, and we've had it for longer than that, but we've really, really, really put a huge emphasis on our personal training. Our number one club, which is in Palm Bay, Florida, they're averaging over $50,000 a month in gross personal training revenue alone, not including their membership base. So it's a huge, huge, huge piece of the pie.
That's amazing. Well, thank you, Terri. And be sure to check out Workout Anytime for anybody that this has piqued interest. So let's shift subjects a little bit onto you. Obviously, you have had, being a super mom that has experienced a whirlwind of opportunities, from working with a very well-known restaurant group to now one of the most well-known gyms here in the States. What have been some stories that taught you lessons that you're consistently reminded of? I'm really interested in the story, more so the lesson, because I think that it's the story that makes it stick and really shape why you learn that or why you're consistently reminded of it. So does anything come to mind?
Yeah, you know what? So I'll tell you something that does come to mind. So I've been married. It'll be 26 years in November.
Congratulations, Doug. Good job.
Yeah. Woohoo. Hey, anything you want to be good at, you got to work at. No doubt about it. I'm not going to say it's easy, but something, if you work on it every day, you can be pretty good at it. And we are. We've got a great marriage. We've got 3 amazing sons. My oldest son graduated from UGA, just graduated in May with a degree in risk management and another degree in sports management. He also played for the football team. Go Dogs. We won the Natty last year, which is awesome. My middle son is at Georgia Tech, plays football there. And then my youngest son plays football and baseball at Blessed Trinity here in Georgia, the private Catholic high school. But one of the things that for us that's so important to me is family. There's family over everything, and that's one of the reasons why I love working at Workout Anytime, because that's how our team feels as well. A few years ago, I was actually in Kentucky on a business trip with Randy Trotter, who's our senior VP of real estate, and I got a call, and we were actually at the airport and we were about to fly home. And my father-in-law, who I'd spoken to just a few hours earlier in the day, had an aneurysm. And this is somebody who, number one, you cannot ask for better in-laws than what I have. They are the best. And my father-in-law and my mother, both, they're great parents, they're great grandparents, they're great people. And he was 78. And he was a young 78, super involved in all of our lives, never missed a football game, never missed a baseball game. Called me that day to check on investments, to talk about our investments, because that's the type of father he was. And so out of nowhere, he had an aneurysm. And thank goodness I got home in time. We all the brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, we actually were all at the hospital with him when he took his final breath. But it was a gut check thing, and it was shocking, but it really made us all realize, number one, life is not a dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
This is it. You got to make the most of every minute, because you never know what's going to happen. And I do believe in, listen, find a job you love. You'll never work a day in your life. And it's so, so true, because I'm living that. And because of my father-in-law, all of us, we took a step back. We are blessed. And I really, I thank my blessings every day. And I really do not only try, don't sweat the small stuff. Things will happen with our family. And I'm like, guys, if this is the worst thing that happens to us today, we are in great shape. It's not a big deal. A lot of times you think things are such big deals, and then a couple days later you realize, you know what? I was so upset about that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So, my life lesson is, make the most of every day. You never know what's going to happen. And that became more true for me with the very sad, very unexpected passing of my father-in-law, who we love, Ed Harof, who's still with us. Definitely in memory and definitely in our hearts. But that's the huge lesson that happened to us a few years ago, and to me.
Well, God bless the family, and you definitely gained a new angel. And
No
second lesson in that is work out anytime, because being in good shape is imperative to our success.
No doubt.
Well, Terri, I so appreciate that. I guess I have one more question.
Sure.
You've experienced qualified, unqualified, overqualified. I can only imagine the adjectives that we can attach to the potential franchisees that you've spoken to over the years, both in the restaurant and health and wellness space.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you run with this question however you'd like. What are some things that you've learned that could help people that are maybe looking at owning a franchise, owning their own business, things to look for, things to stay away from, anything that you want to add as a value add to this podcast?
Whether it's franchising or even in a career, don't chase the money. Don't chase the money. The money will happen. Work hard, the money will happen, number one. So if you're looking at a business, and it doesn't matter what business it is, if you're thinking, I want to own a restaurant, or I want to own a gym, or I want to own a pet walking business or whatever, get into the business. Go get a job. Go get a job at one of those places, even if it's a short-term thing, so you can really experience it. Because when you're a business owner, it's not that you're up here and everybody else is below. You've got to, even if you're going to hire good managers and good people to work with you, good team members, you've got to still be able to inspect what you expect. And so you want to get into a business that you truly, truly love.
Yep.
And then once you know that this is a business, you say, okay, you know what? I do want to own a gym. The next thing that I highly, highly, highly recommend, two things. Number one, go online, look at reviews. You'll get a really good feel for the business based on reviews. And we know we can't make everybody happy. And sometimes you are going to get a bad review, and it doesn't matter what you do, it's going to happen. But you got to look at the trends. And if the trends on the reviews are good, that says a lot about that particular business. The other thing that I highly recommend is when you're looking at becoming a franchisee, I'm a salesperson. I'm a true salesperson. I know that when someone comes on board, we're going to have a 10-year relationship, because our franchise is for 10 years. So I am very, very forthcoming in information. I'm going to tell you the way it is. It's not all, fabulous. Of course, there's pros and cons. But the other thing that I'm going to do is and what I'm going to highly, highly recommend is that you talk to franchisees, because they have done this. And don't just talk to the best franchisees who are making the most money with the organization. Talk to franchisees who've been here for a while, seasoned franchisees, new franchisees. Ask them the questions. Tell me about the support. I mean, you want to make sure that you're getting involved with an organization that's going to truly give you that unwavering support, because you're going to need it. A lot of people, they've never done this before. So most important thing, talk to the franchisees who are involved in the organization. When you get an FDD, a franchise disclosure document, those people are all listed in the FDD. So absolutely speak to them and really hear from them what their thoughts are of the franchise, for sure.
I so appreciate it. I just got off of a podcast last week where we were talking about how to pick the right software partner. And this goes in anything that you're trying to do that's not maybe a one-time service, which I would still personally do for a one-time service because I'm a little neurotic, but call their top and bottom customers. And if the person, company, or organization that you're looking to partner with to any capacity isn't willing to share, that's a concern.
Huge red flag. No doubt.
And that's a concern. So I definitely agree. I appreciate that. I think that it's uber valuable. And it goes down to the cliche of you don't know what you don't know.
You don't know. When our franchisees, matter of fact, I just scheduled another Discovery Day for tomorrow. And it's a referral. Regina Gray, who's a multi-unit franchisee with us. She's also a fantastic ambassador for our brand and has referred several new franchisees to me, which of course is a testament to our organization. But she referred somebody who's coming in tomorrow for a Discovery Day. And your franchisees, they're your best form of information because they've lived it, they've done it. And as I tell all these people looking at becoming a franchisee, listen, there are no dumb questions. You don't know what you don't know. So please ask away. And when they come to our Discovery Day, they meet the founders of our company who are still very, very involved today. They meet our VP of education. They may meet our VP of real estate, VP of construction, VP of equipment, VP of franchise support, our marketing team. So they get to our franchise business consultants who work with them on a daily basis. So they get to meet all the people who'll be supporting them. And I got to tell you, and I know this is a little biased, but the people that I work with, they are the best of my industry. They're so passionate about this business and so passionate about helping our franchisees. And so when people come to a Discovery Day, we've got a very, very high closing percentage. Matter of fact, we're having a record-breaking year this year. I've already sold, not me, because it's a team effort. We've already sold 43 units this year, and we've got several more that are in the pipeline. So we're having a fantastic year.
And just for the record, how many active open workout anytimes are there today?
We've got 188 that are active and open right now. We're in 27 states and in Central America. And by the end of the year, early first quarter, we'll definitely hit that 200 mark. So we're super excited about that.
Well, congratulations, Terri. Congratulations to the Workout Anytime team. And I so appreciate the knowledge and getting to see you again on this podcast. Here at Referrizer are incredibly grateful, and I want to thank you.
Well, I'm incredibly grateful as well. Thank you so much for having me. And next time you're in town, make sure you visit a Workout Anytime.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye for now.
Bye. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. That's it for this week's episode. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to head over to our site, local-business-hacks.com, to check out the show notes and send me questions or ideas for future episodes. If you want to grow your business, just like the people you've heard from here, follow Local Business Hacks Podcast and tune in for new tips, tricks, and tactics. Until next time, thanks for listening and keep hacking.